Hi, welcome. This is Dawn Clevisol. I am your Profit First Implementation Strategist. What does that mean? Profit First Implementation Strategist. That means I help my clients implement the principles of Profit First as their cash management tool in their business. And what that does for them is it kind of takes the stress away of having to figure out every single thing about Profit First after having read the book so that they can make that work inside of their own business. Because as business owners, sometimes the last thing we have time for is to learn something new, even though that is something that we have to do, right, very often. So I know for me, I love shortcuts. I love having someone else there to hold my hand, get me through whatever it is that I need to get through as quick as possible, so that we can move on with actually implementing the thing in the business. And in this case, it is the Profit First system that Mike Michalowicz has introduced in his book, Profit First. Now, for those of you who are in my Facebook group, you kind of know me a little bit already, but my name is Dawn Clevisol. I started my bookkeeping business years and years and years ago. I think it was 13 years ago now, but I've realized in the last few years that no matter how good your books are, no matter how things have come together, if you don't have a cash management strategy, you really don't have a business. So I don't do bookkeeping anymore. What I do is I help business owners implement Profit First as their strategy in their business, like I said before, so that they can quickly get the help they need. I create what's called a profit blueprint, which is an amazing report that goes in detail about how Profit First is going to specifically work in your business using your numbers. And it is one of the things that I have had the great pleasure of doing over the last 6 or 8 months with people. I want you to join me. That would be great. Since you are new to me, in most cases, I think the best way for you to do that is to join next week's Cash Flow Reboot, where I'm going to be teaching you a lot of the techniques and tips that we use inside of my paid program, so that you can get your profit up. You can have profit really at the end of the week. We can show you how you can start booking that in your books and have that cash flow management technique. Today, I wanted to talk to you about some of the sales tax related questions that come up when I'm teaching people how to use the Profit First system in their business. And the main thing that comes up is, well, first off, what account does that come out of, right? So we've got the added task when we're implementing Profit First of making the accounting kind of terms and accounts that we're familiar with make sense into the core Profit First accounts, which, if you're familiar with the system, you got your income account, you have your profit account, the owners pay taxes and operating expenses. So really, we're like taking all the cash that you're spending and putting it into those categories so that you can run your business in the most efficient way possible. But what happens with your sales tax? Now, I highly recommend, if you have a sales tax liability that comes with serving your customers or your clients, that you open an additional account to put the sales tax money away. You know, the whole point is to hide those funds from you so you don't steal it, so you don't accidentally spend it, and then when it comes time to pay that bill, you don't have the money, or you're scrambling to figure out how in the heck am I going to pay for that. And for those of you who aren't familiar, sales tax is something that you've already collected from your client. So you can do that in a couple different ways. So you can have a product, and then you enter the product into your register or your sales form online, and then it calculates the tax for you. Or in some cases, you can have a price that includes the sales tax. But what happens inside of your accounting system when you're doing that? Well, something better be happening inside of your accounting system when you do that. I have to tell you that. This is something that I've seen it more than a few times on people's books that have not had an accountant or bookkeeper helping them get things set up. And what I'm seeing is they are just paying the sales tax like out of one of their the income statement accounts. Just they have like sales tax set up in there and they pull it out. But that's not what it's supposed to look like inside of your books. So if you're not really familiar with accounting terms, forgive me. And if you need to ask questions, please do so either here while we're talking or in the group or on the replay. And I would love to get in there and clarify for you. So when you book your sales into your accounting system, you need to be doing that in a way that separates out the sales tax and do what's called a sales tax liability account. You really want that account to be set up in conjunction with the sales so that if you've made $100, but $5 of that was taxed, that $5 doesn't show up. It doesn't show up as income because it's not income for you. It's a tax that you're collecting for the government. So it should show up as $95 in sales instead of $100. What I'm seeing is you guys are putting $100 in sales and then doing that other weird thing where it comes out of one of the expense accounts, which is not accurate. So make sure you're using the system that you have inside of your accounting system. They're going to have something where you can use their functionality to do that. So if you have any questions like that, you can ask away, but you should have like an invoice or a sales receipt. And when you do those, there should be an option for you to check off the sales tax, make sure that sales tax is related to the area where you worked, or if it's your home office, whatever your sales tax liability area is, make sure that's hooked in there. But then you really want that to show up in a different area. And then that helps because if you look over at your sales tax liability report, you know how much actual money you needed to put into that sales tax account that I'm going to have you open up so that you can start putting your sales tax away into an account that you're not going to touch. If it's in that account, you're not touching it. So that's really crucial and really important. And it's really what I wanted to come on and tell you today. The biggest mistake is booking that as income in your accounting system and then not pulling that money out into that separate account so that you don't touch it. You really want to make sure that you're not touching the government's money ever because you don't want to get in that kind of trouble. Okay, guys? All right, again, the cash flow reboot is next week, March 1st through 5th. I'm going to be going live at noon daily for about 30 minutes or so. And while you're there, you will have the opportunity, if you're participating, and have some little fun homework assignments for you. I already have an assignment up right now for folks to write #FutureProfitMaster on a piece of paper and take a picture of themselves with it. And the more that you participate, the better chance you have of potentially winning some prizes and winning a scholarship during the week. So I want you to join us. The way you can do that is you go up to the banner at the top of the Facebook group. Remember, we're in Profit First Business Owners. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, it's Profit First Business Owners in Facebook. There's a banner at the top of the page, and that banner, you can just click on it and then click on the link to get registered so that you are in the correct group for where this challenge is taking place, because the boot camps are not happening inside of the Facebook group. So you do have to be registered for that so that I know that you're there and that we can talk a little bit more. I do give support during the week, so there will be tasks that we're doing that we can jump on a call together and I can help hold your hand and walk you through those steps. So thank you so much for being here today. If you have any questions, please do answer them in the group. Again, I'm Donna Clavasol, your Profit First Implementation Specialist. Have a great day.